September 11th, 2001. I lived through a moment that redefined the dream I'd had in 1998. Back then, as a 13-year-old, I dreamt of being in a building filled with chaos, people running, crying, panicking. I never imagined how closely that dream would mirror reality just a few years later. On that fateful morning, I was a high school student. The day started like any other until I noticed my teacher was absent from class. Curious, I stepped into the hallway to find him. That's when I saw a group of staff gathered, their eyes glued to the television. At first, I assumed they were watching a trailer for a new movie. I even asked, "When is this coming out?" But the room's heavy silence and the horror etched on their faces told me this was no Hollywood production. The news title flashed across the screen, shattering any lingering illusion. This was real. Confusion turned to urgency as the school erupted into chaos. People rushed down the halls, crying and panicking. It was then that déjà vu struck me with chilling clarity. The scene before me was an exact replica of my dream from 1998. Every detail, the frantic atmosphere, the tear-streaked faces, the double doors at the end of the hallway, matched perfectly. My dream hadn't been just a dream. It had been a glimpse of this moment. Driven by a mix of disbelief and adrenaline, I climbed to the top floor of the school to get a better view. From there, I saw New York City cloaked in smoke, a thick, suffocating blanket rising from the heart of the tragedy. Then, as I stood watching, the second plane hit. The sound, the fireball, the shock waves, it was all too much. In that moment, the events of 1998 crystallized in my mind. What I had thought was a surreal dream had been a premonition, a warning I hadn't known how to interpret. This wasn't the first time I had experienced dreams that seemed to foretell the future, but the stark reality of this one left no room for doubt. The connection was undeniable.